Welcome back to Make It Better. Today we have a 1967 Evinrude Sportwin 9.5. Got spider webs on the inside, but other than that, everything looks really clean. I think what I'm going to do first is, I'll tell you what, I guess what I should do first is make sure this thing even, I don't even know if it's locked up. I really haven't done anything to it. Alright, so the flywheel does spin. Does have some compression, I can tell. I think what I'll do is I will take these spark plugs out, we'll test compression, we'll test spark, and take it from there. Yikes. Ah, those things are in there. I really do. Those are ridiculously tight. The last thing I want to do is break off a plug in there. Got it. Yep. Has spark. Feels like it has some compression. Let's check the other one. So this is the top. Let's check the bottom. I don't see any spark on the bottom one. Alright, checking for spark. Yep. Spark on the top, which I think we had spark on the top before. I really don't remember. Alright, we've got spark on both the top and bottom, so that's good. Doesn't look good. 60, that's bad. The exact same, 65. So 65 is low. It's always a potential that it could just be that maybe the rings are seized up on it. But we'll see if we can get it started. Alright, we got it hooked back together, put the fuel lines back. Spark plugs are in, hooked up to some water and some fuel. No idea what condition the carburetors are in, but we will find out. I'm just gonna see if it'll start. Start with the choke out. Interesting. That's cool. So it started up. Looked like it was pumping water too. Made a little bit of a mess in the floor. So this thing actually started pretty well and ran a bit. I would cut off, you know, if you left the choke on, would help it to run a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the carburetors off, clean that out, and throw it back on there and see if it'll idle a little bit better. So I was going to put it back together. All the fuel line is really hard and brittle. I ended up tearing this, tried to cut it shorter and put it back on again, and I tore the hose once again. So I just decided to replace the fuel hose. All right, we got some new fuel line on there. Carburetors are clean-ish. I semi-clean the carburetors. Got a new fuel line on there. Let's go ahead and run it. Looks like we lost spark. Interesting. So after looking at it, it looks like this coil was the one that wasn't firing. I took it off. I think that I am going to check the wire that was going to the coil, the plug wire where it plugs into the coil. Maybe that had come loose, so I'll try putting that back in and seeing if that fixed the problem. If not, I'm gonna have to get a new coil. All right, so I got the plug wire seated back into the coil, and I believe that solved our problem. We have spark again. So this is the bottom cylinder that didn't have spark before, and now, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is sparking good. And the top one still has spark as well. Cool. All right. Choke on. Alright, so I'm cranking and I'm not getting anything right now. Only time I get it to even remotely act like it wants to fire is if I spray fuel directly in the cylinders. So I'm thinking for some reason we're not getting any fuel now suddenly. So I'll pull the drain out of the float bowl in the carburetors and see if there's anything in there to start out with. Well, that might be gone forever. Alright, well, the problem is apparently that the needle is sticking. There's no fuel in the carburetor. Alright, so as it turns out, the float was a little bit out of adjustment too. It was angled down a little too much when it was closed. So it was not allowing the needle to separate from the seat and allow fuel in when it was sitting in the bowl. So we adjusted that a little bit, and I believe it should work now. Alright, hopefully we've worked all the kinks out of it this time. Fill the bowl up. Alright. Choke. And let's start. Running pretty good now. So, on the bright side, we got it running fairly decent. Unfortunately, I just ran compression again and it's still low. So we know this thing runs, which is a good thing. And we know that the compression is questionable at 65 psi each cylinder. It is even, which is good. I have seen some of these older motors like this run fairly well on lower compression numbers than I generally would expect out of my outboards. But me being me, I want to see if we can get the compression up a little bit. First of all, that's disgusting. I guess the exhaust housing might be a little bit nasty. I'm assuming all that came out of there. Unless it's coming out of the lower unit, we'll find out. We'll find out later. I guess sneak peek. You can see that the fuel filter is off of there. And I'll leave it up to you to guess what I'm going to do next.